breakout season last year. Really talented young man. Trae Young getting to the cup and good defense. But it's put back in Ricochet. So Jose free on the wing. Everything's been short for the Pels as Capella clears it out. Pels have started the contest now. 0 for 4.
When you're playing against a team like the Atlanta Hawks.
You saw what happened to Miles Turner. Baseline. He waited for it to open. Tough shot. And Brandon's got the long rebound. Yeah, Eve did a good job. He had double figures on the boards, couple of blocks last game. It'll be Jalen Johnson. And no numbers, but pace. Young leaves it. And a nice finish. Jalen Johnson, timeout, Pels. Bucket. 5-point game, inside of 5 to play. It'll be a deep 3. Trae Young coming up short. So the Pels have been 4 straight after a 2 for 11 start. A couple of triples included in there. And too easy. Trae's the starter. You got 5 starters out. Z's out night 2. And nobody is throwing any sympathy parties for the Pels.
Never.
3. And Jamal Cain just came into the game. And ended the shot clock, right. Forced him to the end of the shot. We're halfway through. They walked away from him. And nobody tracked it. Take it out of his hands.
You got to look at the rim. Larry's at the rim.
Yep. And it gets the easy one inside. When he joined the Pels after he'd been in Oklahoma City, he surprised me with his stroke. It was a good one.
Right.
But I guess I shouldn't have been surprised. He played for Jay Wright at Villanova. Nice take. And he's going to the line. He wanted to go back to Capella. He's going to be fronted out of the play, but he's got a little space. And tapped out of bounds. It's his second foul, though. Trae Young. And he'll go to the line. It was his 80th time. He's had more than 30 and 10 last Wednesday. That's 5th most in NBA history already. They're trying to free up Garrison Matthews, who's got the hot hand again. Young, this time Dyson Daniels. We've seen that. Corner 3. So Atlanta from beyond the arc. Now 7 of 19. Pels 8 of 16. And it's going the other way. Thought of the foul, and that's bad. Now their first play of the second half. Jalen Johnson with 10 of the shot clock. Movement off the ball, and an easy one.
That's why it's so important to take things away.
That is the 9th turnover on the Pels. Compared to 7 for Atlanta. Trae Young sets it up beautifully. Hawk gives it up. Brandon, 10 on the shot clock. Back for a good look, Jose. And Hawk keeps it alive, but it goes. So a sluggish start like the game began for the Pels. A little more than a minute. And nobody takes Trae Young. He'll get it.
Right, again, not just allow this ball just to continue to move around the horn.
Jalen Johnson all the way to the rack. They're killing the points of the paint. Now Jose wanted to go back. It'll be Eve on a spin. Little jump hook. Stay with the play. He will. Back up and blocked away at that time. Trae Young too quiet. 7.5 to play in the third and a 3-point game.
On that switch, you got to get up.
8 assists already for Trae Young.
He's too talented.
That's an easy call. Man, talk about out of sync. And he's got more space, but that's real short. And it's brought down by Brandon Boston Jr.
This is I like it, though. He ain't backing down to a soul.
Trae Young going for Capella.
Great pass.
Yep.
Gosh, that's a great pass.
Fights for it. Alvarado saves it. Robinson, Earl 3 at the top of the glass. Capella out to Young. On the bounce to Roddy. Playing good.
The Hawks now are starting to.
Pels can't buy it right now as they're down to 41% shooting. 12-4 run for Atlanta. And Capella. Timeout Pels. Jordan is going to shoulder some of this load.
Has to shoulder a lot of it.
Yep. Young again. Too easy. Yeah, he got the ball right before it got to the glass.
This is what you have to do with Trae Young. You have to bracket him in.
Step back, and he gets it.
You got to push up.
Right. You're deep into the clock. Brandon over Johnson, and it barely got there. And then Johnson leaked out. Nobody back. You're deep into the clock. Brandon over Johnson, And it barely got there. And then Johnson leaked out. Nobody back. So from bad to worse. And it's been a dry second half for the Pels. Opposite for Atlanta, give them credit. They're shooting 77%. Now, a lot of it's been off turnovers and points in the paint. Jose sits down.
I'll tell you the best thing about this league, Joe. The best thing about this league is when you play well and when you don't play well, you're right back at it again.
With the Washington Huskies, Garfield High School and Seattle guy. And we saw him. He could play. There's no question about that. Pels had an open roster spot, and he's got it as Trae Young getting back-to-back triples.